Hi, Hiram here. I'm going to do a retest here of that last lab that I did on the backpacker pot idea about painting them black on the bottom, that it's supposed to save you 30 to 40%, or it's supposed to be 30 to 40% more efficient. A couple of things here. This is going to be a two-parter. I've had requests to do this with the propane stove, that this is what they meant in the article. So in this one I'm going to use my Northern Lights propane. The other thing I had pointed out to me by several emails is that I used Krylon barbecue stove paint, and the article stipulated Rust-Oleum, and that I wasn't doing a fair test. I always try to do a fair test, but I had several point out or say that I didn't do a fair test, so I went out, got some Rust-Oleum flat black high heat. It looks pretty much like the same stuff to me, but I sanded all of the paint off the bottom of the pot and repainted it. Also, I had some say that the paint should go up the side, and that's what I did on the previous test and this one. The paint has come up through the curved side. When it gets to the flat, there's no paint. Now, I did this earlier, this test, without the paint on this pot, and it's very fast. 2 cups of water starting at 60 degrees, room temperature 78 with humidity of 72. Brought the 2 cups to a boil in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I've always said these are very fast, but they're heavier and a lot more noisy in the woods. I prefer alcohol, but like I said, I had a bunch of requests for this. Also, in tests, this is kind of hard to regulate and make the same. So what I'm going to have to do here is I just open it up full blast and let it go to town. So let me start this. Like I said, I turn it up full blast, start the timer, and let's see where this goes. See, it's already going up. This will be done before I can even write it down. I don't know if you can hear me. Like I said, I think these are kind of noisy for in the woods. Okay, there we have 210, 211, 212 at 2 minutes and 13 seconds. 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Let me turn this off. Okay. This time, with the paint on the bottom, I got 2 cups of water starting at, I think it was about 60 degrees. It was real close anyway. I'll look back on the film. But 2 cups starting at 60, this time got to a boil in 2 minutes and 13 seconds. The last test without the paint took 2 minutes and 16 seconds, so that's about a 3 seconds difference. I would say the paint really didn't do anything to this job in this case either. That's why I picked the alcohol, because there was a longer time there, so it gave me more time to work with as far as the percentages. But what I'll do now is I'll let this stuff all cool down, and I'll do the retest again using the alcohol, the Trangia stove. So I'll be back. Hi, Hiram here. I'm back. This is the second part of the retest of the backpacker pot idea. Previously, or just before this, I did a test using my propane stove, which didn't turn out too well. What I'm going to do now is a retest using the Trangia. I have the same amount of fuel in here. Let's get this started. Get a little bloom on there. Now, I redid in previous test, I said that I sanded down the pot, did a retest on the Trangia to see what the new pot would be like, and it brought 2 cups of water to a boil in 9 minutes 27 seconds. Previously, it was 9 minutes and 8 seconds, so that's like what, 19 minutes or 19 seconds more I think that's because the bottom of the pot was very shiny from sanding it out. I think that's why it made it take longer. Now I have the new paint job on this using the Rust-Oleum paint, like I had it pointed out to me that I wasn't doing a fair test because the article stipulated Rust-Oleum flat black. And so that's what I have here now. We have a bloom going, so let me put this on. It's 2 cups of water, setting at 60 degrees. Let's say 60 degrees. And let's see where this goes. And here we have 210, 211, 212 at 907. 907. Okay, that made a little bit of a difference as far as the times. On the previous one, on the other paint, I did 2 cups starting at 60 degrees, got to boiling in 9 minutes and 52 seconds. This time, 2 cups of water starting at 60 degrees, got to a boil in 907. A little bit quicker. That could just be a random thing. Maybe this paint does work a little bit better. Let me just shut that off so I can get a weight on it later. 907. Let's see. When I did it with this pot without the new paint job, it took 9 minutes and 27 seconds. Again, I think that was because the pot was very shiny from my sanding it. And then with the paint, it was 907. So that means it saved 20 seconds in this test. I don't think that's 30 or 40% efficiency or anything. I still think that this just shows that the paint doesn't really do any good. The first time you wash this paint is going to chip off. That's what happened before. I tried to, it just scraped off with my fingernail. Let's see what it does here. It's a little warm, but of course maybe it's hot, but the other paint just chipped right off. But I did have to sand it to get it down smooth. So I guess that's about it. In my opinion, I don't think painting the pots save you enough time or alcohol to make it worthwhile. I still stick with what my Boy Scoutmaster, my first Scoutmaster, told us, that a clean pot is a good pot. I look forward to hearing what other people say about this, but that's just my opinion. So I'll be moving on to other videos and projects here. I have a number of them lined up, so you will be seeing me back again. So as always, I look forward to your input, your questions, your remarks, helpful suggestions, and as always, watch for my buddy Max. Bye now.
Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.